Hello, friends. Welcome to Live, Laugh, and Lovey, home of the best television recap podcast. I'm your host, Lovey, and me and my good girlfriends, we take you on a weekly voyage to our favorite shows where we chat, sip on some tea, or an adult beverage, whichever you like, no judgment, and we wave our fans because the shade gets real. So get comfy, grab a snack, and enjoy. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the virtual living room. Back on the couch, we got Ivan, we got April. Now, Belinda is out for the day, but we have a featured guest this evening. We have our friend Dolores. Hey, Dolores.
Hey, Dolores.
Well, we are so happy that you are joining us, and hopefully, this will not be the last.
Right.
I hope
Mm.
not.
Just to let everyone know, she's one of our Facebook people that talk with us all the time. So now we finally get her on here to talk with you guys.
She's one of our
Usually
usual suspects.
correct.
Mm-hmm.
Along with April. Let's go.
Let's turn her out. All right, y'all.
All right.
I got questions.
Oh, girl.
Me too.
Okay. Where the hell we want to start? Which couple? Dolores, you're the
Let's let
special
Dolores.
guest. Go
Yes,
ahead
go
and
ahead.
pick a couple.
Olivia and Brent.
Oh, not broke Brett.
Broke ass Brett.
Broke
I
bread.
am so over Brett feeling like he done made it because he bought a house. Like
Girl.
that's
He
his everything.
he acted like
I
he
can't.
lives in the house that Amelia lived in with her roommates, like it's a big palace.
Right.
When you probably got a
No,
little shotgun house.
Well, we
Brett
didn't see the
acting like
house.
that
I
house is
mean,
all that, but Brett and his feelings because he broke. That's just the end all to be all. He never got over that. As soon as he found out that he made less money, he been trying to tear her down the whole entire time. So now, since he can't get her financially, he keep trying to stick it to her, making her feel less than in all different kind of ways. So that's his problem.
Y'all gonna be mad at me because this week, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, April, I was lightweight on broke ass Brett's side.
Why?
Hey, explain,
what?
please explain.
Explain yourself.
Yes.
Because I see now when we were talking about last week, like, how he's just so oblivious to her feelings and how we were comparing him to Zach, where he was like, oh, everything's great, everything's this. He really believes that. So when he's trying to touch her, when Dr. Viviana was there and he was so uncomfortable with how to touch her and couldn't, and she's just sitting there and she was kind of stone cold, I was like, ooh, okay. So then when he tried to touch her, like on her, I guess it was her thigh or her leg, and she was like, "See, this is uncomfortable for me." In his sarcasm, because that was getting on my nerves. I think that's how he tries to get to her or tries to be vulnerable. So when he's talking about, I think this is fine, I think everything is great, I think he really believes that.
I
I
don't
don't think
know.
he's
No.
I
I
don't
don't
know,
think
Ivan.
he's backing
I,
it. I think he really believes it. He pissed me off when they were sitting there at the place where he had the little shark where he made that corny
Cup.
ass joke.
yeah, told her she was so. What did he tell her?
Insecure.
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 Yeah.
Yeah,
Insecure.
he pissed me
That's
off
when I was
there.
done. I'm done with him. I'm
Yeah,
done
he
with
pissed
Brett.
me off there. But before that, because that did piss me off. But before that, he's telling her, she's pretty and I like her and I want to do this and I want to do that. I think he was being sincere or as sincere as he could be.
It
He
seemed
still
fake to me.
I
he
know. I
still had
think
a
he's
little
It
playing.
seemed
spectrum
fake
look.
to me.
I think he's playing for the camera. I think he's like
Mm.
the Michael
I
guy from
agree.
previous seasons.
Girl, nobody is like the Michael guy. Keep going. Pass up. No.
He says
You talking about
everything
you
he
talking about
thinks you're
The
Mike that was
li-
lying?
supposed to say.
the
The
liar.
lie? Mike?
The
No.
liar.
Oh,
Nobody's like the liar.
Michael and
No.
Mika.
No, pick
oh.
somebody else, Dolores. Girl, you
She
starting off
said
on a
pick
bad note.
somebody
Play for the
else.
camera.
You starting off on a bad note. Pick somebody else.
Look, I'm uninvited. But
You
I
know,
really think he just is playing for the camera.
he was not believable when he was talking about her eyes, and I was looking like, is this the same guy? Like, no, Brett is so unbelievable in my opinion, and he's a jerk. I really felt like he was not able to get past his insecurities. His insecurities of her ever since then, he has not been the same. I feel like he's been cutting her down. He says sarcastic remarks all the time. And I can see why she don't want him to be close to her. Like, back up. You don't like me no other kind of way. You always making jokes about me and everything else and little sarcastic stuff. So no, it ain't cool. It ain't good. Sorry.
Yep.
I
I think
didn't
you
like.
hit the nail on the head though, April. I think it's the whole financial issue. And so he feels insecure in that regard. So he's projecting on her. And so he's
I agree.
trying to make her feel insecure about a ton of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Yeah.
not gonna make it.
No.
Just
Oh
No.
no.
Just
We
out the
we
gate.
know, we
They're not
know
gonna
that.
make it.
She
Look,
should jump ship right now. I'm already ready for her to
Yes.
jump ship right.
She just
And I
she
can
need
tell
to
that
leave.
she's so irritated. She be so irritated by
she
him
is
now.
irritated. Doesn't
Yeah.
she
So
roll her
irritated.
eyes at every time he says hello? She goes, ugh. I'm like, dang. He is
Yeah.
kind of dry, but I'm still gonna stick to it, y'all. I was with him. I felt a little compassion towards him, and I was like, oh, damn it, broke ass Brett. Maybe you're just broke Brett now instead of the ass. And I had you, Brett. I was like, I'm ready to fight April on this. I got you. And then he came with the little weak ass shark joke. And then he came with the, wow, you're really insecure. I said, oh, there go the ass again. Okay. Now we back to broke ass. I think
Yeah.
it's a
She should
defense
save herself the
mechanism.
4 weeks and just bail right now.
Do not save the
I'm
4 weeks.
loving
I,
Dolores already.
I think you're right. I
I'm
am
with
loving
you,
Dolores
girl.
already.
I'm with
Don't y'all think it's a defense mechanism for him, the
Oh,
sarcasm?
it
But
is. I think so. I
I
think
think it
so.
irritated Dr. Viviana though, because she even looked and was like, are you serious? We don't know. Cut it out. Oh, shout out to Dr. Viviana though. Can we talk about how those nude pumps like really like were
I
working
know.
with that green
She
dress? But
dresses
Some
anyway,
really
best
nice.
dressed
She always
doctors.
has.
She always
but
dresses
no, she
nice.
always has.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say how the nude was really nude. He was even irritating Dr. Viviana.
I like Dr. Viviana because I feel like she kind of gives it straight. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like she doesn't really play around. She kind of goes right for it, for the
Mhm.
questions, and say, why not? Why aren't you doing this and that? You know,
Right.
kind of call them on their stuff. You
Mhm.
know, so I kind of like that. She was trying to push Olivia to figure out why she didn't want to be close to him or
Mm-hmm.
closer, and he was trying to act like he was confused, but in actuality, it's because you're a jerk. So
Yeah. That's the bottom line. He's just bottom line a jerk, and that's it. She couldn't even stand for him to put his hand on her thigh. She was
Right.
like, nope,
Oh, she was like,
they're
ugh,
not gonna make
ugh.
it.
No,
no, I think in the
no.
beginning though, like honeymoon, I think she was open. I feel like she found him attractive, but then the more and more and more he opened his mouth, then
Thank you.
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
And then when they talked about the budgeting, he became very unsexy because he
Right.
started trying to clown her and, like you said, down her at every turn. So,
Right. And at the end of the day, we all got choices, right? If she decided to go to school for 8 years or however many years it takes you to be a nurse practitioner, she's dang near a doctor. That was her choice. That's what she did. She makes good money. And that's how she wants to spend her money. Now, she said she was open to hearing budget tips from him or whatever, but don't be mad. Just like Woody said, your wife make more money. Get over it.
like,
Like,
get through it. Yeah.
that's what
I,
it is.
and then that's halting her too because she's like, we have to think about where we're going to live because basically, I'm just going to paraphrase in Cliff Notes from what Olivia said. I'm not trying to fool with him like that. So I don't know if I want to drive 35 minutes. Now,
Right.
had he tickled my fancy, I drive damn near an hour each way to be with him in this little house. However, that little punk ass house is not bothering me. And you could sell that boo or rent it out and we could buy something in the medium because you have to meet me halfway with me
Right.
and my alarm. Oh,
And wait, and Brett was trying to have her in them 2-star hotels. I can't fool with him no
Mm-mm.
more. It's done. No,
Nope.
I don't want to be on your honky tonk vacation
right. We
in the
going to the
2-star.
Comfort Inn.
Bottom
Shout out to the
line, they ain't gonna
shout
make
out to the Comfort Inn. We hitting the Red Roof. We hitting the Motel 6.
I am not going to be in that Motel 6, and I'm dang near a doctor. Are you kidding me?
it.
He
Right.
can go over to that Motel 6 with all his family.
She
No,
making
Right.
6 figures staying at the Snooty Fox. No.
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 Okay,
Look,
America. I'm
I'm
gonna
with
let Lovey
Olivia.
tell
You
y'all
not
what the
staying
Snooty
there.
Fox is.
If you trying to relax, take your bitch ass to the Snooty Fox.
To the no, 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 yeah, to the no, yeah, to the no, to the no, no, no.
Snooty Fox.
Snooty Fox the budget in, none of
Right.
that. You don't
The
want to be in
red
none of those
roof.
places. Feel like I make too much money to be sitting up here with you.
Right.
Thank
Don't
you.
leave no lights on for me. No,
Nope.
Chelsea. Don't leave no lights on for me. I'll turn the shit on when I get there. Hello.
Hey, so I will say this about Olivia. And usually I kind of have a problem with couples when they aren't able to be in the moment. Yeah, you could look outside of the 6 to 8 weeks that you're together, but just be present in the moment and take advantage of what you have today. But Olivia's case, I really feel like, yeah, girl, you need to be looking in the future. Is this some shit that you want to be dealing with?
She's forced
Yeah.
to because that's all he brings up is her
That's
stability
yeah.
or lack
Yeah.
Yeah, I
thereof.
think
So
she's forced
she's
to.
forced to. She's forced to because that's all he talks about, Levy. Like, so I mean, I dig what you're saying. It's just like, yeah, girl, are we off them? Or what are we doing?
Yeah, I think that's done.
Bottom line, once again, they not gonna make it. Moving
Yeah,
on.
They're
that part.
not. They're not.
Nope.
Carry
She
on.
already on
Right.
her way out the door.
Yeah.
Ain't she? Is she gonna leave before? Oh.
Cause she be looking at him with disgust.
She,
Yeah.
cause she don't even look at him. She look at him like, you know, like when you have anybody have a pet. Well, we know April babies don't have no pets. Anybody got dogs, and when the dogs look, and you know that you calling the dog name, like, hold on, you just did something real bad, Toto, and you mess it, and the dog look at you, and they don't want to look at you, and they don't want to look at you real fast.
Yeah.
That's how she looks at him when he
Goldie
gets ready to
does
touch
that.
her. She be like this.
Right.
Okay, you irritate me. You know she.
Yeah,
She ain't
Goldie
feeling
does
him.
that. I know that look. Okay,
Yeah.
speaking of leaving, Henry, go home.
No.
Go home
Okay.
expeditiously.
So I want Dolores before April and I get on this on our Rain Man because he is our favorite.
Oh my God.
He's
Oh.
our favorite person to
Cause you know
discuss.
I'm ready to say it.
I know you are. So Dolores, can you please? So what we're gonna do for each couple that we start, we're gonna let you go first because we already have voiced our many
Disgust,
opinions
Okay.
about
disdain,
no girl,
frustration.
no, but for our many for everybody. So
Twitch. Just say Twitch. That's all I'm gonna say. But go ahead.
that fool looked like he been stuck in Debo's chicken coop. He
Go
be
ahead.
Okay. I'm
be
sorry for Henry this week, though. Again, they not gonna make it either. But I felt bad for him because Christina really did attack his confidence. I feel like she went a little bit too far on
Little
on
bit.
Yeah,
that.
she
It
did.
is very
She did.
obvious
She
that
went a
he
little
lacks
far.
confidence. Yeah, it's very
Yeah, she
obvious that
did.
he lacks confidence. But I'm like, don't throw it in his face. If you really like him, you know, try and work through the issues, right? But did I date Henry? Never. But
never.
That's I'm telling you, that first time I was like, anybody else see him twitching, or is it just me? See,
He's
that
No,
Yeah,
I
he
saw
has
him.
got going.
I
Yeah.
saw him. He got
100%.
ticks.
He's twitching. Yes.
First of all, if you ticking blindfolded,
I
it's
know
over.
that's not
"Are you all right?"
nice.
She asked him, "Are you all right?" Because he wasn't looking like he was doing too good.
Right at first, I thought he was. I was like, is he imitating Stevie Wonder?
No, that fool was shit. No, he wasn't
What?
doing Stevie Wonder. That fool was shamrocking. That fool was that fool was Janet Jackson, the Pleasure Principle video. That fool was gone. Oh my God, I was dying laughing.
Y'all.
Oh, I was dying. I was like,
I'm sorry.
I just wait for
he is
him to be
on
like,
the spectrum. Henry is on the spectrum. Henry is on the spectrum, and people keep ignoring it. Henry is on the spectrum. Okay.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
is autistic on some
Yeah.
level, and people keep ignoring
some.
it.
You mean many?
Either that or Henry is on some psychotropes, and that's why he
Ah,
switching.
not psychotrope.
He
No.
said psychotropes.
Oh.
Yeah, she went
Something.
there. No, D-Lo. He's on the spectrum.
Something, but
We
you know
have
what?
lucky.
Okay, so I felt like she took a jab in regards to his confidence,
Twice.
but he also said his deal breaker was her not having any patience. That's one of her main issues. So I feel like they're both attacking each other's main issues that they deal with. Because he said his deal breaker was somebody who does not have patience, and she has issues with that. And he lacks self-confidence. And then she gonna say, well, do you plan on working on that? And he was like, no.
And she said it with a straight face.
Because she was serious as hell.
She said it with a
Like,
straight
no.
ass face, like, you gonna work on that?
That's something you plan on working on? And he was just like,
Does
But
anybody
not a priority.
She's on her high horse too.
She
and I can't take that
is.
either.
She
Because she's
is.
always like looking down on him. And so to me, it really seems like genuinely she doesn't like him. I think she's trying to go along with the experiment, but I don't think she's really digging him.
She's
And
another one that needs, like, sorry, America, I'm being facetious when I say this, but she's another one that needs like a shake and a choke in the corner, like a check
Oh,
this out.
Lord.
She
Shaking a
she does.
choke.
She needs, like, check this out. She said it. I need someone to take control. She needs that. She craves that, but you have the wrong one, honey. Definitely, you have the wrong one. But does anybody see that, like, on the after shows or things like that, Henry has his hair like zhuzhed up and he's looking a little different, like his persona is different, but when he goes out, like he went out in this episode, he went out with Bennett, right? He looks his hair, oh God, girl. He looks so much different. Like, he looks so meek and his hair is all neat and in place. Every hair when he's talking to Christina, like he just licks his hand and just swipes it to the right. But when he's with like the homies, it's like he didn't put mousse in his shit, and he's like he's trying to be like, fun guy. He has the top button is unbuttoned. Y'all need to notice
He
that.
cracking little jokes and
Yes,
stuff.
exactly.
Christina's stressing him out.
She is. Well, see, Belinda, I got you. Christina is his tormentor, so he cannot be around his tormentor. But is anyone noticing when he's talking to the camera now, he looks more in the camera. He's giving more facial, like.
I think they just need to go at it and then break all the walls down. Then he'll be more confident. If they have sex, then maybe he'll be more confident, and maybe she'll calm down. Because
I told you, she need to just jump on it, or
she made it adamant that she is not going to initiate. She is not going to. And I feel like if you keep waiting on him, you're going to be waiting until past decision day, because he ain't going to do nothing.
They ain't gonna make it past decision day, because if they don't do it before they do, girl, that's boo.
No.
Okay, so here's what I wanted to point out to Belinda, because you know how Belinda has said in the past that Henry is probably that good friend that everyone goes to for the sound advice.
He said that.
Out. Okay, so when he and Bennett were speaking, I just knew, okay, this is the part that Belinda's been talking about. Yes. Okay, we gonna see those little pearls of wisdom being dropped. Yes, here it comes.
No, Bennett dropped the pearls.
Bennett was
Bennett
dropping.
was telling him.
Yes.
Right, like maybe
Bennett is the male Amani.
Yes.
Yes.
He is.
Yes,
he is.
But for Henry, I'm trying to figure out what's your place, what's your role. Go home. Go home. Why are you here?
Go where? To his tiny house?
Yes. Okay.
Bennett. That's Bennett has a tiny house.
No. His house was tiny too.
No,
Come on now.
Bennett has a tiny house. Henry just has a little house.
Okay.
This shit just
he
little.
Is right. Well, he is one step away from Bennett's house. At least he had a bathroom. That's the only thing extra he had in his house was a bathroom.
Show you right.
I just can't. Why are you here? The experts were so dead ass wrong. But
I'd have been mad
in this experiment. I'm saying that's just like me being in the experiment, right?
If I was Christina, I'd be like, whoo, y'all.
Right. That's just like me being placed in the experiment, and I was not as self-sufficient as I am as a disabled person.
And they give you somebody who puts suitcases on the bed. Ooh.
Oh,
Olivia had a field day.
Yeah, she had a field day up at that. But you see what I'm saying? It's just like that's not fair to the other person. I don't get. Go home, Henry. Go home.
Okay, well, speaking of, I don't know why we came to the experiment. I gotta,
Don't
I
talk,
just,
please
I
don't get
gotta
on
jump in
Karen.
there
Oh
with
my,
it.
Karen
Who?
makes my blood
Who?
rise.
Wait, who
Karen,
you go?
Don't.
Who? Wait, are
Karen.
we there already, D-Lo? You at Karen?
I couldn't help
Right.
it. Lovey led
Okay,
me there.
I'm gonna let y'all talk
Oof.
because that's some bullshit,
Karen is
Rondo.
on my nerves.
How
She
many
is
of your
on
nerves though? Which one of them?
every last one
Bad.
of them. I don't know why she
Me
came
too.
to the experiment if she wanted to take her time. You only got 8 weeks. You can't take your
Right.
time in this process. And
What?
then she's
You
like, and I don't
cannot.
really like to talk about sex, outwardly. I'm like, have you not watched the show? I can
Girl, this is
understand.
season 11. This is season 11.
And it's not like that application is just 2 pages. That
Oh yes,
application is
it's long.
very
It
long.
is. It is.
So she had
No,
a lot
it's
of
long
time to
now.
think about what this was and what she was getting into.
But not only that,
Dolores,
Right.
she could have said no. Dolores, she could have said
Yes.
no.
she could have. But not only that, because I was looking at this article where it was explaining the process of being a contestant, and that's what we gonna call them, a contestant on the show. And in addition to the battery of interviews and exams and all that other kind of stuff, they have like an additional questionnaire that they have to fill out that has over 500 questions. So
Mm.
it's not like you do not understand exactly what you're getting into. Now, granted, I understand you may feel a little intimidated or it may be overwhelming to have the cameras in your face 24/7. Totally get it.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you're operating as though you're dating. You're dating, but
Right.
you're married. So this is how you act when you're dating somebody, girl.
Yes, she trying.
Girl.
She's still missing Quandravius. Ain't that what Belinda call him?
Yeah.
She miss.
So
And right
again,
now,
why is
That's
she here?
why he cheated on her and had a baby on her because she probably was acting stiff, just like she is right now.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, she don't give head.
She
Oh no,
is
Oh
she
no,
ain't putting
killing
that thing
me.
in her mouth.
girl.
But I'm
And
like,
this
why
is
are
the
you
thing.
here?
She needs to be thankful that she got matched up with Miles. He's so cute.
If he
he
was
is
with,
So
if she
so
was with
cute.
Woody,
he's so nice. Oh no,
Oh,
Woody
if
would
he
have
was
been
with,
told
she was
her
with
off.
Woody,
Oh,
this
Woody,
would be
no,
over.
Woody would have told
Woody,
her,
it was done.
you know
Woody
what,
done.
baby, you know what,
Woody would have
baby,
told
you're
her
a little
off.
too stiff for me, baby. I ain't working with you, baby. It's over, baby.
It'd have been
Yeah,
Done,
over.
done, done.
Woody would have dropped her ass on the honeymoon and be like, oh, you ain't tripping. I'm out, bet.
yeah, Karen. I mean, I get that. You've got the camera in front of your face. You know, at some point your people are going to see this. But come on now, how did you get here? Mama was hanging from the
Right.
chandeliers, doing what she got to do with her legs up in the air, making sure that the cement stayed in place.
But on top, hello. But on top of that, you're doing this now, and well, back then, your parents are gonna see this shit later. So I understand that you don't have editing control, and so I thought about that, but then I had to think like, okay, my parents kind of know me. Yes, my parents might have been embarrassed had I done something like this. However, I'm doing this in February, and we're not seeing it now until what is it, September, October?
September.
Right. I would have
And
told my
I'm
parents at the end, like, hey, I had to get to the point where I am to get this. So you're gonna see some stuff if you watch the
Disclaimer.
show. You're gonna see some things and forgive
but
me. But
they
you
ain't
like them
asking her to
now.
have no striptease. They're not asking her to do no striptease or nothing. I mean, don't give the man a kiss. Jesus.
Without
And it's
God,
covering
the
his
damn.
topic
eyes.
of sex. I mean, it's the topic of sex, but it's how you answer the question. You ain't got to give all the gory details. I mean, I get it. I wouldn't want to talk about sex in front of my parents either. But I'm like, again, you don't have to go into any level of detail. Just answer the questions. Just have a conversation. That's
Hmm.
it.
That's
She
it.
can't
And
even
she can't even
have a
do that.
conversation. She can't even have a conversation. Miles has attempted on so many different times to try and have conversation with her, and she cannot do it. She breaks all the way down. Very reminiscent of Iris, which is really
Iris.
making me frustrated.
Yes.
I want to give a little kudos though, so we're not beating completely up on Karen. Ugh, even though she's the favorite punching bag. I did get the other side when they talked about what I don't like and this and that, and he was like, when you first of all, I thought he was gonna say when you call me child. I thought he was gonna say that, but he was just like, oh, that's a joke. He should have said it's not funny. I thought about you, Lovey, and I thought about you, April, because he doesn't speak up on that. He to tell her, Heifer, that's just not funny. However, when he was like, when you tell me this and you tell me that at my age, because I felt it was condescending as well. But when she gave her explanation as, oh, well, no, I was thinking that this is what I did at this age, and you made me think about it. And, like the explanation she gave, not really being condescending. I wanted to believe her. So I was going to give her that
Yeah.
benefit of the doubt, not just that at face value when she says, "Ugh, I did that at my age. You remind me of myself 8 years ago." I want to try to give her some non-condescending. Does that make sense?
It
You know,
does.
another thing it does. Another thing that I'm hopeful, and I'm not too hopeful because Karen lets me down week after week.
I know.
But I'm hopeful with. At first, I was getting upset when Dr. Viviana was saying to take sex off the table, right? Because I could see Miles' face, and he just looks defeated. You know what I mean? Like everything he tries was
And he
defeated.
agreed to it.
But he agreed to it. He didn't say anything. I mean, he has no choice really at this point. Like anytime he
He
disagrees
doesn't.
with her, she falls all the way out. So, but I get her perspective, and I'm hopeful that Dr. Viviana behind the camera said, "Listen, we're taking intercourse off the table. We're not taking being intimate, kissing, everything else, right? We're just taking intercourse. And perhaps maybe if they take actual intercourse off the table, she'll be willing to do other things. You know what I
She
mean?
said that though.
Knowing
Viviana said that doesn't mean that you can't give him a kiss. She said that.
I'm hoping that she takes that, you know what I mean? Like she really does that and not continue her same habits. You know what I mean? I hope she really does allow him to come, be open to him and be able to kiss him, be able to fool around. I mean, just do other things that are more on an intimate level because she says she keeps stopping because she doesn't want it to go further. So maybe if they know, which is so crazy because Miles is cute. Anyway, but maybe if they
Saw
both
that
have an
body when they was
understanding that
working
we're
out.
I
gonna
know. I was like, what
right,
is her problem?
tripping.
She gonna
I mean,
lose
maybe
him,
if
honey.
they both know, right? Maybe if they both know
Moves
we're
and
not going to
all.
actually have intercourse, then maybe she will be open to doing more.
But
So
see,
I'm hopeful.
I mean, okay, I can see where Dr. Viviana was going with the whole take the sex off the table because it's like you want to remove the pressure so that she can be free to, I guess, be herself and be more comfortable with him. But the truth of the matter is, in any married relationship, sex is on the table. It's
All the
on the
time.
Or it should
table. It's
be
at the doorstep. It's in the
All the
driveway.
time.
across the
Yes,
It's
street,
all the time.
everywhere.
in the car, in the
On
in the living room,
Right, standing
in
at the foot of the
Everywhere.
all the
bed.
in
time.
your lap, in the refrigerator.
Yeah. So
Right.
it's an unrealistic expectation
True.
to take sex off the table, and then that just denies Miles more
It
of the
does.
type of
Right.
relationship that he's actually looking for. I
Hmm.
really feel
And it
like
makes you
she's
feel insecure.
committed to
Makes you
not
feel
make.
insecure.
She's committed to this not working. She's committed to that.
What
And
I was
Yeah, I think it also makes him feel insecure, which he said, like, you're not attracted to me. Like, I wouldn't even know you're attracted
yes.
to me. You know what I mean? Like, and to me, like, you know how many people want your man right now, girl? Like, you
Right.
are tripping.
Well, she
So,
didn't because we didn't until we saw him. So but yeah,
you know
let's keep
now.
that. Yeah,
but
she hella know now because
She's
I
like,
do
his hairs
I
are.
got a couple of nieces for his ass.
look, and look, for the record, I have a daughter. She's 26. She has her
here
master's
we go
degree.
again.
So if
Here we
Miles
go.
hears this, she has her master's degree. She owns her own house, by the way.
That's what we
So
talking about.
come on
Yes.
now, Karen can kick
But
rocks.
do you
Like
know
Okay.
if my
how?
daughter was a little
Kick
older,
rocks
I'm
with
like,
open toe shoes,
can
huh?
we find a Miles for my daughter?
Yeah,
Right.
right.
Girl,
Yeah, I'm looking for her a Miles, and she looking for her a Miles.
hello.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody,
First of all, I'm looking for me and Miles.
Right.
Jeez. Hello, let's keep it
Yeah.
funky, like
can
Jiminy
we?
I
Crickets.
know. Miles
Since
even
we
said, he said, I like all of the romantic stuff. Like he's saying all the right things. And
all
she's
the
just like,
stuff
oh,
that we
I
look
don't really
for,
like any of those
that's what
things.
he gives off. How many times have we longed to have a guy in our life that's able to express his feelings and talk, and at 26 years old.
But you
And
know
want to
what
do
though,
some
Lovey?
romantic stuff.
But you know what, y'all? We had to get to a certain age to know that this is what we wanted. And that's why you two ladies, Wahid and D-Lo, you know that you're able to tell your daughters, this is the guy that you want. When we were their age, or I mean, I'm not gonna say for everybody but me, that's not what I was looking for. You know what I'm saying? I was looking for some male, I needed a little thug. But we understood after going through a few people, we're
Yeah,
not
we
like
kissed
all bad.
a few frogs.
Few
Yeah,
frogs,
and
right?
I
Yeah.
agree.
To
I agree.
understand
That
that
makes sense.
Miles is what we needed. However, like Miles, I doesn't Miles look like he's just like so sensual and deep? I think, in my opinion,
Sensual.
I think that Miles is too much for her because he would be that person that's like into her. God forbid they do stay together and they ever decide to, or they ever
Not
get
God
pregnant, have a
forbid that
child.
they stay
Well, not God
together.
forbid. Okay, well let me take that back. If they were to ever, he would be that man that would have like those sympathy pains if she were pregnant. That's what I'm saying. He would be that man. He would be the one that'd be more in tune. She'd probably be glowing and beautiful. He'd be the one that'd be sick because he's so
Into
into
her.
it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
She gonna
Exactly.
turn around and she gonna turn around and start liking him on week 7, and he gonna be done with her.
Watch.
Like
Look,
this.
Or you know
it's
what?
kind of like
I'm
Deanna
actually
and Greg. You know how Deanna was like, she wasn't completely feeling Greg. And now that they married and, after the show's over, like every time you see them, she look in his face. So,
Don't she be on him? She be
she be on
on
his
him.
bumper.
She love her on
yeah,
his
she love her
bumper.
some
She
Greg.
love her some
So,
Greggy. No, Greggy.
Greg.
D-Lo, not Greg, some Greg. And now that they are 3 and have a baby bump, oh, it's over.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
I
what I
feel
can hope
I'm
for Karen and Miles. If they do stay together, she really turns this around and, they kind of reverse roles. But at this point, I'm feeling like she is looking for a thug and she's committed
mhm.
this not working. And it makes me sad because I'm like, it seems like he's a really good guy. And I feel like he's going to get hurt in this process. And
I
all the
agree.
time, she's just been committed to looking for Quandravius. And she probably came on here to be
Right.
Quandravius zealous.
Right. The
Right,
whole
right.
time
And being
she's
on
looking for a
TV and
reason not
embarrassing
to like
Quadra,
him.
right. And Quadravius ain't giving a hell about her because he
No,
over here with his 6-month-old having another gender reveal because they pregnant again. Let's keep that part from. Right.
Yeah, see, I think Miles is going to get hurt too. I actually feel like he will go through the experiment and choose her, and they may choose each other, but I feel like she's going to continue the same pattern for a while that she's doing because, especially now they take sex off the table, which means he ain't going to get none until the experiment maybe over. I don't even know if he gets some period, but after the experiment, she's going to keep up the same habit that she's been doing the whole time, and he's going to be frustrated, and I just
yeah,
don't see nothing good coming from that.
yeah,
And I feel
Yeah.
bad because, and I talked about this before. We got to get together. I'm talking about we women, black women. Because we be seeing the nice guy and just want to roll over him and be like, "Oh, I'm looking for Quadravius. What's his name? Quadravius. I'm looking for
Quandravious.
him. Yeah, I'm
Quadravius.
looking for him. I'm looking for this and that. All these men that are so emotionally unavailable and all this stuff, and then we don't appreciate. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. A lot of times we got to get to this age and then be like, oh yeah, no, I should have took the Miles that was
Right.
yeah.
coming after me when they in my 20s. You know what I mean? And so it's like it's not cool, and I feel bad for him because he's gonna keep getting hurt. And then when he turns into the other one and start dogging out people, then what? Then people gonna want
Right.
to say something. So you know,
Mhm.
But I think she has to get to that level of maturity, kind of like what Ida
yeah,
was talking about. She has to kiss enough frogs to then realize she's got to do this different, and she can't
yeah,
keep looking for that same type of person that she had before because maybe that's not what's meant for her. That's not where she is going to be her best self with Quandravius. So she has to
right.
open her mind to being with somebody who is different than what she's used to choosing.
Well, that's what
But it's
Pastor Cal was trying to point out to them. The whole
yeah,
reason why you are even on this show is because you're trying to do something different from what you were doing when you were
Right.
dating. But
that's true, and
she's
that's
so
kind of
stuck in self
frustrating.
that
What
it's not working.
It's kind of frustrating. Why would you come on the show? You ask for experts to help you just to go against what they're recommending.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Which is why I keep asking, why is she on the show? Because everything
Right.
that we know the show to be about, she is trying not to be a part of.
Dolores, I
Because
keep saying to people like y'all could say no when they pick y'all. You could go through them 500, 618 pages of whatever. When they pick you and say we have a match for you, Dolores, you could say, no.
no, the
Right.
problem is that in theory, being married it sounds great. It's lovely. But
Yeah.
once you're in it, because you've romanticized about it so much, but you
Yeah,
don't
you
know
said
the
that.
actual work that it takes to put into a marriage, that's where they fall off.
But
So
a
because somebody said
relationship is
that
work. Period. A relationship,
relationships are
a
work. It
friendship,
is. It is.
any type of relationship. So I agree with you when you say that, Lovey. Every time you say that, I'm like, I agree with you.
But I think it was Olivia. She said it maybe like a couple of weeks ago, where she admitted that, hey, this is not the dream sequence that we see on TV. This is not what I thought that marriage would be,
It's
and
not
it's
none of,
not.
None of that.
it's not none of that. You know what? Marriage equals compromise. Everything
Yeah.
about marriage
Mhm.
is compromise. Everything. And so if
Mhm.
you are not prepared to compromise, you're not ready. Like everything about marriage is compromise.
Case in point, Shanice and Jeffy. We not gonna go there. Anybody who watched Couples Cam America and y'all saw the last episode, they are the epitome, especially with Jeffy, of compromise. That's all I'm gonna say. Keep going.
They struggling their way to
You
it, but I
know, they
think
be
they
They
struggling.
figured it out.
did.
So are we over Karen and Miles?
So D-Lo,
I
are
just
they
want to. I just got.
are the
I have a question. Do you guys think that she will be able to turn it around?
no.
Not
I think
completely convinced. I have hope.
so.
I do have hope, but I am not
I
convinced.
have hope, but I don't think so.
I
You
think
think
so.
once because sex is off the table. So if sex is off the table, you think she'll be able to get a little bit
What they
more
gonna do? Intimacy and
friendly?
touching? Cause if he get into touching and she start kissing him with those beautiful lips and as sensual shit, that fool is gonna be the one that's gonna be moaning when they kissing. Mm, He gonna be the
I
one
just don't
moaning.
think she'll be able to. I think she won't be able to let her guard down. Even though
No,
like sex is off the table, I don't think she'll be able to let her guard down.
You
I
know
don't
what
think
I need her to do though? If anything, if Karen does not do anything in the world at all, I need her to not ever again put that back ponytail in again, and I need her to figure out a different way to do her baby hair because she
So-
irritates me.
Oh my
So
gosh.
you see
I
when
think
he
it's
said he
awesome.
calls her head, you said
Yeah.
he calls her head.
Yeah, I heard that.
I died, and she was like, "I didn't know that," and I'm sitting there going, boo boo, that's the perfect name.
But
I
can
dig it.
but can we talk about how she be really throwing down in the kitchen?
I
Girl,
know.
she be cooking mac and cheese and lobster mac and
Yeah.
cheese.
Lobster make it right, right.
Mm.
When he talked about the last episode, he was talking about what she made at midnight. I was like, you would have had
Yeah.
some cheese and crackers.
Peanut butter and jelly, boo.
That
Peanut
would have
butter
been
and jelly. You might.
candy snacks, cheese and crackers.
Girl, no, he could not
I
have nothing. I'd have been like, "What you making me?"
would have been
Bring
nice.
me some.
I'd have pulled out my stash of salami. You'd have some salami and crackers.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm like, you
And
better
that,
get you a bowl of cereal.
and that's big for me. Other than
Right.
that,
You
nah,
need to get some
boo.
cereal.
You better get in them cabinets and get some Pop Tarts, bruh.
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
Yeah, she be
I
throwing
mean,
down.
she spoils him in that way. It seems like she likes to cook and stuff like that. But
She does
you know,
what she did say she likes to play the submissive role. So Susie Homemaker is her role in the relationship. But how can you cook a meal for your man and not want to get like you see that he enjoying your food
And
and
you can't even kiss him?
you can't get a
right,
food?
girl, he hired a chef and she didn't even give him a kiss. I was so done with her.
April
Oh
is
my
still
god.
stuck on the
I was
not
trying to kiss
kissing.
him. Hell, I was trying to kiss him. Y'all made all that, and he sat up there and cooked, and or should I say, half cut the sheet because he didn't know how to cut it. He, girl, bye. Yeah, we offer her.
I just
We
can't.
offer
After
her.
we
Let's
have a
get off
good
her.
ass meal and we laying in the bed, I'm gonna need for you to stick me, okay? Period.
But she said, "Oh my
She
god."
frustrates
She
me.
said she admitted that she liked the snuggle. Well, he had said that she likes the snuggle. So, but you know what? Her sarcastic remarks be pissing me off too. her little sarcastic remarks when she was like, I like to snuggle with things, not people. Why do you have to say stuff like that? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Well, you said it
know.
though. Like you said, she does get her little snarkies in. She does jab him. And, we notice it, but it comes up like a little bit more than usual in this last week, like when he was reluctantly like, oh, with Dr. Viviana, but she like lit up like a Christmas tree when she
she's
said, take the
smiling.
sex off the
She's
table.
smiling with no sex.
She did with them baby hair, that weak ass baby hair.
Stop. Leave her
That weak ass.
baby hair alone.
No, that's grown
Iva is
people
after
hair.
that baby hair.
She pissed me
Huh,
off.
baby.
I have a forehead,
Yeah,
but she was yeah, bitch, you need
that's
game.
not right.
Oh,
She on my
That's not
nerves.
right.
it. Oh,
Sorry.
Lord.
Sorry.
Anywho, moving on
Next.
to Amelia
Next.
and Bennett. Can I just say that I love their apartment? Their
Oh yeah. Their
apartment is
apartment is very them.
so
They are perfect
decorated
for each other, I
They
swear.
really
nicely.
are.
I feel like I'm at home when I'm watching them on the screen.
Yeah,
Yes.
they decorated it just according to their personalities.
Mm-hmm.
And they were so cute this week. They were so cute. Their little affirmations to each other with their forehead touching was
Yes, and
so
the
cute.
Yes.
swaying and the closed eyes, and they was the transference of
Look at
energy.
Iva, your
Oh
face
my
is killing me right now.
God, I love it. I
I
was so.
love them. I'm
I
like,
love
okay, this
them too.
experiment is perfect for them.
Mm-hmm.
It is
I love
perfect
that
for
they're
them.
together.
Mm-hmm.
I love them too.
Yeah.
Iva, what you got to say? What's that look for?
Uh-uh.
That smell.
Oh,
He thinks they smell like wet dog because they do look oily. They do look kind of oily.
Where's D-Lo? She disappeared in her background. Like,
They smell.
They do look a little oily, but you know.
I can't.
just
They
a
love
tad.
each other, and sometimes they say they forget deodorant, so they just being one with each other.
How in the
Hilarious.
bleep do you forget deodorant, Jesus? Like, that's like, I'm not even
And
taking that
sometimes
up.
if I'm in a rush, I'm trying to hurry up and get out the house. It happens, okay, in older age, okay.
But
But
if
I
you
think
wear
we
a gown, if you're a man
purposely
and you would
forget.
wear a gown to sleep, it's definitely
A,
possible.
a gown and pigtails. So this is where,
That
okay,
man got on his sleeping gown.
so this is where I'm
His
gonna,
sleeper shirt.
this is where, no, that's not a shirt. You said it right at first, Wahid. It's a sleeping gown.
Yeah.
So, okay, I dig it. I'm gonna get them because I love like the organicness, if that's a word. I like their affirmations that they have for each other. I like
Very
them.
nice.
I do. I like them.
Me too.
I think that the TV show, is creating, I mean, they're bringing up good things about them that they need to talk about or discuss, but they are one of the good couples, and Amani and Woody are one of the good couples. We'll talk about them later. But they have to bring up certain things, so like they're hugging, they're good, and yeah, they're waiting for her to get her assignment, right? I mean, that's going to be a big thing. Keeping it funky, I think she's going to be assigned to like New Orleans, or she's going to be assigned to like somewhere in Louisiana, which maybe he'll be 3 hours away from his family and they'll be okay. Or Texas. I don't think she's going to be assigned to somewhere like California to where he like has to hella go far and he won't be able to get driving distance once she buys him a car to go wherever they're going to go. I
Like
think they're going to be fine.
he got it made in the shade. He's fine with being a house husband and
Exactly.
doing his little theater work and whatever he does when he rides a bike and carries people
Girl,
around.
they say, what is it?
Petty cap.
He's right, pedicab.
So he's
They
fine with doing that. So
Yeah, Brett
and
should
he'll
take
be
some notes.
and he'll be fine.
well,
Oh, girl, and he'll be fine with taking care of the kids and doing all of that type of stuff because that's what he's gonna do. She's just gonna have them. She might deliver them herself. We don't know what kind of doctor she is, so she's gonna have them. He's gonna take care of them. He's gonna, they're gonna Flintstone their way around because they ain't gonna have no socks and all of that shit. And
Flintstoning around. I hate you.
and they'll be fine. But they just look to me like I think that they're our star couple for this season. And I think
Mhm.
that so that they have to have any type of friction, they're making friction. So I'm not worried about them. I'm not worried about them
Yeah,
at all.
that's what I really
Yeah.
like about them because even though they have this her reassignment looming in the air, they're not
Mhm.
dwelling on it like, woe
No.
No.
me.
Everybody
And
else is more than them.
Right.
yeah,
Right.
but you know,
Everybody
they
else keep
just
bringing it up.
yeah, they just like, okay, you know what? If it happens, it happens. We'll roll with it when the time comes. And at first,
Mhm.
I had a little bit of an issue with them. Why not deal with it now? You know, but now I get it. I totally get it.
Mhm.
You know what? Cross that bridge when it comes. All right, moving on. What
I
we?
felt the way. I actually felt the way with his friend, that one girl that he went and met up, and she was like, "You're gonna move with this girl?" Like, okay, wait a minute. This is my wife,
Haters.
right? She's a hater.
Haters.
This is my wife, and I could see once I'd have married her, then it's yo. I don't need your comment. To be honest, you can't tell me I should stay here. What to be with you and not go with
At
my wife?
all.
Like,
At
no, that
all.
doesn't make sense at this point. You know what I mean? Like,
At
it's
all.
one thing if you was talking to me about not marrying somebody at first sight. That's different. But now I'm already done married to her. If she got to go away, then I don't need you to be telling me that you don't feel comfortable with it. That's my wife. So I didn't
Right.
think that was that friend's place, to be honest.
Well, but
That
remember,
friend.
isn't that the same friend that quote unquote like was drunk at his wedding and liked him now? Let's keep that part funky.
Oh, I
So
don't
Bennett.
remember.
she might have missed her window, but boo boo, that's your bad. Amelia got him, and I do not think that Amelia is above, drawing swords and be like, "I'll do you for his ass, bitch. I will do you."
I agree.
Yes,
I think she got it in her.
she does. I think she got it in her too, D-Lo. I think
Tapped
she's
into her
like,
inner thug. Hmm.
right. She got an inner thug.
Yep.
Even though he keeps saying, I'm not sure. Bennett is leaning towards I'm gonna go where she
Going
going.
with her.
And right,
Yeah.
and April, we watched the scenes from you and I we watched the scenes. We already see what he's getting ready to tell her next episode.
Yeah, he love her. And you know what? That's the thing,
Oh,
though.
that's right.
I feel like Bennett and Amelia are actually a lot smarter than the other couples because when they give advice, that time Karen was talking to Amelia like, oh, we got the first kiss out the way, just to get it out the way. And he's always doing this, like making it a negative thing about Miles. And Amelia was like, maybe he's just a nice guy.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
like, why don't you just accept that? Maybe he's just a good guy.
Okay,
And so I feel
pause.
like Amelia and Bennett give pretty good advice to people.
Yeah, they do. But pause.
Yeah.
That's what I said. They're the Amelia is the Bennett. I mean, no. Bennett is
Amani.
the Amani, and Amani is the Bennett. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, but can we talk about how these folks is hanging out during the Rona?
It
That
wasn't
Rona
They
hadn't hit
keep
Rona
them
making me
yet.
forget
then.
about the Rona.
It
Rona hadn't
wasn't.
hit them yet.
Yes, thank you. It was just starting, just like we were. You got to remember that,
But it
Lovey.
People
was
were
Come on.
still
feeling
looming
it
in
at
the
first.
air. It
In
was like the
February,
chatter
they
was
didn't
coming down
know.
the
But
pipeline.
Lovey, didn't nobody really
Girl, February, we
when
didn't know.
right right. Do I have to say this again, America? In February, I was at Mardi Gras in February in New Orleans where they were. I saw them filming.
Did you?
Oh yeah, D-Lo girl.
Girl,
It's
did you
okay.
see
We'll,
Oh,
Miles?
look, we'll talk about
I
that.
Did
know
you see
I
Miles?
cannot.
We'll talk about that. But
Did
I
you
was
see
there.
she
I'm
Miles?
said, "Did
scared
you
Girl,
for
see
no,
Miles?"
space.
because I'd have been told y'all. I'd have been like, ooh, girl, I met Mouse. But no, I saw them filming. I was on Bourbon during this time. So though we knew about Corona, then Corona was like quote unquote at that time, and I don't want to offend anyone, Corona at that time was a hoax, even though we know it is not now because of things that have transpired since then. However, during that time, it was, oh, it's the virus and it's gonna go away. It's the killer bees, it's whatever. So, February, we were out and about, and when I say Bourbon was packed, I was there with it. We were there. I was flying, I was everything. Going
Yeah,
home, yeah.
me too.
So yeah, right. Until March came and my job said we shut down. That's when everything like really shut down was
Right. Yeah.
March.
So
Yeah.
in February they wasn't getting it, but I think they're gonna start showing it on the show when it starts transpiring, because in February is where they are now. And I feel like, and I said this a couple of weeks ago or maybe last week, I feel like it's taking, like, for them to be on, what show is this? Is episode 11? I feel like it's been taking a long time.
It is dragging.
Like,
did you see it says 26 days marriage? Did you see when Miles, our favorite person, said, well, you know, we've been learning each other over these 3 weeks.
Right. They didn't stretch 3 weeks out to 11 doggone weeks for us. Like, they've been stretching and they stretched that honeymoon out. We ain't even got to the first month anniversary yet, because I feel like they had to do a pause in the middle of Rona and probably didn't get the tape, because they stretching it all the way out.
Next week is the 1 month anniversaries, and we still keep getting 2-hour shows.
2-hour shows. Okay, that's killing me. I died because I fell asleep after the first 15 minutes. I'm like, y'all know I'm old and I can't stay up for 2 hours.
That's why I watch it the next day.
But still, it's a 2-hour show. By this time, after the honeymoons, y'all, we would get 2-hour shows for the wedding, the meet and greets, the weddings, and maybe the honeymoons. After that, it goes to 1 hour, and we know that because we're avid watchers.
Well, we in the Rona right now, so that's why it's overextended.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's still 2-hour shows right now. That's crazy.
But how they film all of that, and they didn't really know the Rona was gonna hit us like that?
I think they wasn't paying attention. People trying to film, they're trying to get their money on. I don't think they was really tripping until the government starts shutting people down. Like, okay, all production needs to shut down. It's not safe. Then they probably had to try to figure out what they're gonna do next. Give people cameras, because you could tell by their hair not being cut. The angles is looking different. You're like, oh, okay, they in the middle of the Rona, because Miles' beard was growing all in.
Right.
Everybody was looking, hair's looking different. So you
on the after show, Jamie got the same blue dress on for the past 18 weeks.
Right.
So they must have filmed that all in one day.
Christina has been recycling her outfit.
Members together, right?
What's that
but
again?
Then they have her with that same dress. I was noticing that last week.
So I was like on the after show, I was like, they must be changing their outfits, like going in the other room and coming back. But yeah, she got the same outfit on, and she said the same thing like for the past like 11 weeks or whatever. I'm like, okay, Jamie, okay, boo boo.
And you notice, and maybe I don't always watch that one because sometimes I feel like it'd be giving it away. But I haven't seen Amelia on there. She must be gone in the wherever she's supposed to be flying away. I haven't seen Amelia on there.
But Bennett been on there 3 times.
Yeah, Bennett been on there. Mm-hmm. Who else didn't I see on there?
Is it unfiltered?
Maybe everybody else.
Yes, the unfiltered. I haven't seen Karen yet.
No, Karen's she was on there with Amani.
I must have missed it because I saw Amani, but I seen Woody, when he had on that.
They always got Woody and Miles on the couch.
Well, good, because, and y'all see Miles' hair, like you said, April, Miles' hair kind of, anyway. But, yeah, so
Lord, okay.
They're doing that. I think they're going to wrap it up sometime soon. But
wait,
question. Why we haven't seen Dr. Pepper this season? Anybody trip on that?
Dr. Pepper is 70-something years old. No, she ain't about to be out in that
Dr. Pepper, she does her own confessional, but she hasn't been to their house, though.
No.
But we haven't really seen that much.
We haven't seen her confessional. Where's her confessional?
Viviana and Dr. Cal.
I see it sometimes.
Where? Show me. Send me the link.
The confessional? She does
the confessionals, but as far as
Pepper ain't did no confessional. When
she did it there, she did it on this episode, but she's not engaging with the customers, the couples. I get what you're saying, Iva, but I
haven't seen her. Maybe I missed it. Did I sleep? I fell asleep on that part.
Look,
you probably did because it was 2 hours.
Did you fall asleep too, D-Lo?
Yes.
Have you seen?
Sometimes I do, and I have to rewatch it the next day.
Yeah,
you do.
Well, I mean, last night and had to rewatch everything.
Yeah, I'll start it the day of, but then I'll finish it the next morning because I'm too tired to commit to those full 2 hours. I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm
it's
of the mature audience, and I'm too old.
right, exactly.
Mature audience. Do y'all hear that, America?
I can't hang.
Mature. I love
I
it.
can't hang.
I
I
am a
can't
mature
hang.
audience. I
Mm-mm.
will watch it and then look at it and just for my own pleasure and be like, ooh, ooh, girl. And then I will watch it the next day so I can get,
To pay
some
So it
attention.
still
I
be
do that
questions
too.
fresh.
for y'all. Yes. And get some
Yeah, I
questions
watch
for
it
us so
again
we
the
can talk
next
about
day
it.
so I could pay attention to little details and
But I
stuff.
still don't remember Dr. Pepper. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Me
He
So
was
either.
on there.
I miss Dr. Pepper.
all right. So let's just go ahead and top it off with our couple. Did y'all peep that their questions were totally different from everyone else's questions?
Yes, girl.
Yeah.
They had them doing all kind of different stuff. That because
Hmm.
Mhm.
the other couples ain't ready. The other couples ain't ready.
Yeah.
So
You
this
know,
is when
if
I think that they wrote their own questions down. I thought that they got questions sent to them. But what was that couple that started writing stuff? Was that
no,
Miles and
I
Karen?
think no, it wasn't Miles and Karen. It was Henry and Christina. But
And they
I think
start
that they
okay.
were the only ones that wrote theirs. I don't think Woody and them. I think theirs was written by somebody else because they seemed
It looked
surprised.
like it was cards from a game or something, you know.
Well, Dr.
Hmm.
Viviana sends them. So
Oh.
maybe they just took them and just put them in his pocket, because, Woody wanted her to, touch in his pocket with his little nasty ass.
I think that they did
Not
that because the other
nasty.
couples, can you imagine if those questions was for Karen? She would have left the door.
I
She'd have
think
been
they
gone.
learned their lesson after Iris and Keith.
That was,
Oh.
I don't even want to think about that because that makes me cringe thinking about the two of them and Iris with them chicken legs and she was about to cry every time he tried to touch her. I was about to die.
But exactly my point, with her being so cringy about, oh God, he need to touch me and he got to touch my feet and he got to touch the boob and the leg I still want to find that game. When I get my forever man, I'm going to
Girl,
find that
Karen
game.
might do the same thing. Who are you talking?
I think that the experts, they learned their lesson. Iva, I cannot. You should see her face. She got her face all twisted up. I can't. No, I think that they learned their lesson after them because it was so cringy to her, and they were just like, "Oh no, we're not going to do that again." So let's just go with the couple that is actually succeeding
Ready.
in their marriage,
Yeah.
and they getting it in.
You
But they
think
are
that's gonna
so
fizzle out
cute.
for them? Or you think it's gonna fizzle out for Woody and Amani?
Okay,
I
so
don't.
this is going back to what I've been saying for the past few weeks. Amani is all about what Woody can do for her. When if you heard her say, "Okay, I love it when I can do this for you," everything is
She made him dinner.
I don't get that vibe, Lovey.
Yeah.
Me
I
neither.
think she's a little closed off. However, I think that
I
she is
don't.
well,
I don't see that.
I think she's
I
closed
don't
off,
see
but I
that.
think that she's open. I think she's closed off, but I think that she's open because she's even telling him, I understand that this and I appreciate it. So she's acknowledging what he's doing. I want this to continue and I want to do this for you. And what he says, which I'm hoping he's truthful, when he says, "Oh, what I'm doing to make you smile and make you happy, that's nothing. Like, that's what I do on a normal basis." So if that's what he does and it's not something that's going to like burn him out, he's not like jumping through like fire hoops and shit, if he's doing that and that's normal, what he wants to, especially when he calls her sweets, I'm just gonna let y'all know that just like melts me. But because if that's what his normal shit is, they gonna be good. That conversation about the dog had me rolling. Go ahead, I'm done. Go ahead,
I
talk
I
about it.
do think I think Amani is trying to pace herself. I
Mhm,
don't think
I
she wants to
agree.
give too much too soon. So I think
mhm,
she's kind of sitting back in the cut, just letting him do what he is gonna do. Because I think
mhm.
we all have that little piece of us that thinks
Just too much.
he might be a player.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Oh,
just
I
might
thought
not
Woody was a
really
play. I
pan out.
thought Woody was a player for real.
Yeah.
And I
And
think
I
he
think
has been a player. I think he has been a player. He acknowledged that.
I
And
yeah.
agree.
And
I
I
agree.
think he's afraid that that is what those are his true colors, and that's what she's going to be dealing with. So I think she doesn't want to do quite as much as maybe she normally would.
What
She
has she
doesn't want to do,
done?
she
but I
done
think
Girl,
she's
everything.
just trying to. She's waiting
No.
to see what Let me let him do his thing, and when I'm comfortable, I'll do mine. But I don't think she's
Come on
taking
now,
advantage
Levy.
of him, though.
Come on now, Levy. You know she has been real open. Whatever
She
he be going
has.
with,
She
he be
has.
going with it. He be being Mr. Sexy, Mr. Naughty,
He
Mr.
sure
Whatever.
has,
She
Mr.
going
Cheese.
along with
He
it.
thought she was a whole burger and a whole nine. He was ready to be mayonnaise and mustard and condiments and shit, and he was ready. He didn't think she said burger. He thought she said burger.
Burger.
Whatever she was with, he was with it. And you need that kind of energy. I also like that he got deep and talked about his dad.
Yes,
Yeah,
that was
I
big.
did.
Yeah,
That was good.
yeah.
And she accepted that and understood that and hugged him and asked him deep questions about it and then hugged him and gave, you look like you want to kiss me. I do. Well, go ahead. Don't just ask me, just do that. Okay.
See, I think that brought them
See,
a little
I'd be
closer.
like, can Karen get a little bit of that? Dang.
Yeah,
Girl,
Jeez.
show your vulnerable side.
Karen, hey,
Mm.
when is Amani going upstairs or when is Karen going downstairs? They need to talk. They
So
need
Right,
to
has
talk.
girl.
Amani been transparent about anything that has happened in her
Let
life?
the cobwebs out,
Oh,
girl. Lucy.
loosen up them purse
What,
strings.
Lovey, you said has
Mm.
Imani been
Transparent
transparent?
about anything that's gone on in her life?
She said she's been hurt. She said she's been hurt.
She
She
did.
said,
She did.
yeah, she said, I've been hurt because he asked her, have you, when I told you already that I love you, and I'm falling for you, blah, 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 do you feel a certain way? Yes, I do, because I feel a certain pressure that I should be the same place where you are, but then I also think I need to do it on my own. And he was like, okay, we'll bet. And she also said, well, I'm afraid that what you're doing now is gonna just be now and not forever. But that was in the beginning. That was honeymoon stuff. And he told her,
Exactly.
what? No, that was honeymoon stuff. But he told her, he said, well, what I'm doing now to make you smile, he said, shit, that's easy.
I'm
That's
Yeah.
sorry. I still got one eye
I don't
on
think so.
Amani. I'm
I'm trying
sorry.
to
I don't feel like she
look,
gives enough for
Lovey. You
me.
doing exactly what you said not to do. You said be present in the moment.
She is being present in the moment, but I feel as though he's giving so much more.
but
But
she
that's his
says that.
personality, though.
That's his
That's him.
personality, right?
Yeah.
I
Lord, you're
get it,
right.
but
That's
come
his
on now.
personality.
If I had somebody that was giving me as much, I would have to match their energy at some point.
She
No.
said it though. You give a lot. I'm scared. I'm nervous. She at least acknowledges it. That's where the whole damn dinner and the burger and shit came
No.
about.
Right. I think that would be fake. If she's, I think, look, Lovey, stop. I think
Lovey,
I think
America, if y'all could see Lovey, she didn't close one.
with
She
that
took
one
her
eye
whole
open.
glasses off and
Look,
she looking like Popeye right now. She doing the one eye.
I'm out
one
one
eye open.
eye
But
on
look,
you.
I think that would be fake of her to try to be him. Like she's not him. He has an over the top personality. And so the things that he does is just him being himself. And that's not her. You know what I mean? She's giving what is her. You know what I mean? She went out her way to cook. She's being open to everything that he brings to the table. And so I feel like that's fine. Like I don't
Can
think she
we
should try
see
to be
him
like
getting
him.
some flowers? Can we see her getting up and making some breakfast?
He made her some
He
breakfast
cooks.
tacos and put some
Look,
cheese and salsa on
I'm
her shit,
sorry.
and he didn't want it. Honey, let me just tell you, somebody make me some breakfast tacos and do what I like and put some sour cream on there and shit that I like, and they don't eat it or some cheese. Oh, I'm taking that as a thank you. You're listening to me. You're into me. What did we say last week? Intimacy. Into me, you see, or into me, I see.
Right.
Intimacy
And I
is
think
good.
you were right about that.
Yes,
Mm,
it's
Thank
part of
you.
it,
That was
and
a
he
fun one.
gave, and she
I think you're
acknowledged
right
it.
about that,
So that's gonna
RJ.
start, like he says, unclicking. What he say? I'm clicking off locks off the chastity belt, even though she didn't already gave it up. But
Right.
he's right. Hello. If this is his
Yeah.
regular self, and he not even trying, wait till he's trying. She gonna be like, oh shit, I'm giving you everything. This is regular stuff. It's nothing to make some tacos and put what I want on mine, but realize, oh, she like this. Let me just throw this on here real fast. That's nothing. I like Woody. I thought he
Yeah.
was gonna be a
Don't get me
player.
wrong.
I
I
I thought
love
think
he was
they
gonna
just
be a
them.
player.
love in different ways. They show love in different ways. And he
Okay.
Yeah.
wants to do everything for her, but she may show love in a different way to him.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
I don't
I agree. And
necessarily
it
think
seems
he's
like
taking advantage, though.
I think that him cooking and stuff is the way he shows love. And
Yeah.
I don't necessarily feel like the cooking and stuff is her thing. She looked like she cooked for him, but
That
he
dry
enjoys it a lot
ass
more.
pasta dish. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, she looked like
Slap
he
y'all.
looked like he enjoys it a lot more. Like he enjoys the cooking and stuff. And I mean, hey, hats off to him because my husband cooks and I don't. So
Hello.
and that's fine. And that was
Hello.
our arrangement before we said I do, baby. I
That
don't
was
cook.
our arrangement. Hello.
I don't cook,
Hello.
so don't marry me
My
for
arrange.
my cooking. And he likes to cook, so he does that. Cook breakfast, cook whatever you want to cook. Because
So
I'm
I
like,
will support you by
right,
way of going to the
I'll do
grocery
something.
store.
Right, I'll buy groceries.
Right.
I'll clean
by
up. I'll
by
do other
washing
things.
dishes.
Right,
Exactly. By making
exactly.
a
But
plate
cooking is
at
not my
hey,
thing.
I will make even romantic sounds.
Oh my gosh, I
You know
cannot.
what I'm saying? Hey, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Right,
Yeah.
I
I can't
can't.
I can't burn. I can get you fed, but I can't burn.
right.
But
Okay.
I've dated guys who can burn.
Again, we always say it's kind of hard to predict what's going to happen in the next episode with
Hmm.
these people. Any last
I think they'll be fine. I think Woody and Amani are gonna be just fine.
Yeah, I do too.
I
Yep.
agree. Anything else about the other couples?
Y'all hear my claps, America? Woody and
Nah.
Amani are gonna be
Yeah,
okay.
I'm
they're
gonna
fine.
pray. I'm gonna pray that Karen loosen up and that she at least, since sex is off the table, at least she can go beyond those that dry cuddle that she be doing
Not dry
and
cuddle.
Look, in
offer
her
up a
But
wedding
little
dress,
bit more.
But he in her wedding dress
in her
on top
wedding
of the
dress.
covers with her feet out.
Yeah.
But what kills me, why do he still be getting in the bed with his sweats on and shit and under the covers?
And the
Uh
robe. I think that's her. I think that's her because she gets in the bed with that robe and stuff on. So I think he be trying to just go along with whatever she doing, and he get in the bed with that robe and shorts and everything else on. That's too much.
right. I think that tongue click, he needs to understand that she's not going to be open and maybe he needs to let her chase him a little bit. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think he does need to pull back. He does need to pull back a little bit because I think if he stood up, if we said this before, Iva, I think
Mm.
if he boss up on her just a little bit,
Just a little boss
just
up
a
on her
little
just
bit,
once. We said
he
that
gonna be like,
April.
oh,
Yep.
okay,
If he turned himself into Quandravius and put that Q in his name,
Right.
right,
it's gonna flip the script. Because I think
Okay.
that's what she wants. I think she doesn't want somebody who is as pliable and is passive and just giving into whatever she wants.
Pliable.
She wants a little thug. So if
The
Miles give her a
word
little
of the
thug,
day is
she
pliable.
might be
right.
open.
Just show
You are
her that look,
correct,
I can
Zula.
boss up on you. And really that opportunity, look, Iva, we said it before. The opportunity she had is when she didn't come home. He should have said,
He
listen,
should look,
Yep.
look. This is what
Yep.
you ain't gonna do, okay?
this is what
Not
Yep.
you're
in
not gonna
this
do.
house,
Yep.
okay?
You could be mad
Yep.
at me, but you're gonna come home. That's what
Yep.
it is.
He should
Mm-hmm.
have bossed
That's what
up
he
on
should have
her.
said.
He should have thugged up on her. He should have lightweight pinned her to the wall. He should have hit her with the check this out. That's all she needed was a cool check this out. What they say? What's a maneuver you do, boo boo? You ain't. We gotta get
Yeah.
little
I need you to come
Husband.
home. That's
You
I
ain't
don't
gonna
care
you
how
ain't
Yeah.
gonna
mad you
do
are
this
at
right.
me. You got
Yeah.
to
Right,
come home.
right,
That's my
right.
Miles
point.
You
just
meant
have
right.
to
You
his
right.
inner
You f
thug
you
and let her
effing with
know.
me. Right. He did need an inner thug. He needs to let his inner thug be outer. You're
Yeah.
correct. And yeah, April and I said that never mind. He should have
Because I'm
And
checked
like,
her.
I
just
don't know
one
where they
time.
do that at. That could not happen over here.
Mm-mm.
So
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Like
He
yeah.
I,
To where
he
you
boss
wanna
up
to where
one time she gonna be like, okay, daddy.
that's what I'm saying. If he'd have pulled a little murder real fast and been like, I got it, let me handle it, you sit here, and he like, oh, okay, daddy. Yes. That you needed a little check this out moment real fast. And that's if I tell you that I think that that's all they need in this whole season for Miles and Karen is a check this out moment where he needs to lightweight, like, pin her to the wall and be like, check this out.
Even
And
think
like,
it's a pin to the wall. Just just come
Cause
back.
she gonna run if you do that. She
authoritative.
gonna run if you do
but
that.
She's
but
gonna feel unsafe.
what she gonna feel unsafe? Thank you. She gonna feel unsafe.
She
But
gonna feel unsafe.
he
Let's
need
do
to do
that.
a check this out and then peel off on her though. He needs to commit to it. Even if you don't go nowhere, you don't even move your vehicle, sir. Walk down to Woody and Amani house and take a beer. You need to check this out.
Can't
Right.
get
Blah
up
blah
no more.
You're not
blah,
gonna do that
and
no
bam,
more.
and peel off.
Because
That's
the
what he
one
needs.
time that he said she got when he was like, "You saw me get mad," it was over some doggone mac and cheese. That ain't really getting mad. What are you talking about?
I'll make you some more. Oh, she almost called me
That ain't
ugly.
getting mad. That ain't no real issue to get mad. He wasn't no real mad. I need him to really go off on her and
Yeah.
say, "Listen, I've been being patient. I've been this, and that, but this is what you're not gonna do." Okay.
Because she want to see it anyway. Because she's like, I want to see how you really are.
Cause she
I
ready
want to
for
see your real
quadrivius.
miles. I
Right.
want to show
Cause
you real
cause she
miles.
used to quadrivius going, you ain't giving me none of that thing. All right, well, and then quadrivius peeled off on her with a whole new chick and got got a
I'm
baby
really
and
laughing at how we are really giving this man the name,
yes.
and we officially made
Shout
him an
out
extra
Belinda.
character.
He's
Shout out
officially
Belinda. It's a
quadrivius.
quadrivius
Right,
because
right,
that is his
right,
name.
right.
But yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll find out next week. The saga continues. I'm so over them. Hell, make me want to make a call just to get it in for her.
I just
Anyway,
want to text Miles and be like, boss up on her.
right.
Please, just one time. It would
One
do
That's
you
time
all
for
it
the
takes.
one time.
it'd do you a world of good. Just boss up on her
Yep.
one
Boss up on her
time,
Oh
one time.
Lord.
so that she could look like, be a little confused.
Right, confessed.
Oh
Or
Lord.
he need to go out and be like, you know what? I'm out. I'm good, love. He need to pull a future. I'm good, love. Enjoy, and pull out on her ass, and then
Do that
she be
to
like,
her. Leave her there by herself. Be
she
like,
be
you
like,
know what?
where,
I'm gonna go.
where is he? Girl, you in New Orleans? He on Bourbon. Boo, he gone.
And on that note, we are done. Thank you so much, Dolores, for joining us.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
I hope you
This was
enjoyed yourself.
fun.
Yeah, see, it's not so
Yes.
bad after all.
Yes.
I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. Definitely continue to check us out right here on Pop Break TV as well as thepopbreak.com. Also, check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all social media platforms. Live, laugh, and lovey. Share, like, subscribe, and comment. What are your thoughts about episode 11 this week? Let us know. Keep it going. Shout out to our YouTube subscribers as well. We love y'all. We really do. All right, ladies. I shall see you next week. Thank you.
Bye.